What's up? My name is Anna. I am a travel ICU nurse and first-year student registered nurse anesthetist. I also am a nurse educator with a platform for educating new critical care nurses with Confident Care Academy. This video is when should you start travel nursing to make the most money? What do you need to know to get started? And how I would recommend making the most money as a travel nurse as of winter/fall of 2022. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video where I tell you my tips about how to make the most money as a travel nurse as of 2022. Okay, the first question is, how much experience do you need to be a travel nurse as of 2022? All right, I've been traveling since 2020. Some people have been traveling longer than I have, but I have been traveling since COVID, the first initial couple of waves. And I will say the market is different than it used to be. You used to be able to walk in with like a year of experience and go to like New York or LA for these COVID hotspots, and really anyone was hiring. And I will say now that in the fall of 2022, you really should have 2 years of experience before starting travel nursing. And that is not to say that you can't ever get a job with 1 year of experience, but these are the reasons why it's a little bit different now than it was about 2 years ago. Now, a lot of facilities only want travelers with 2 years of experience. So you're gonna have a harder time finding a job, and you'll have a harder time finding a good job as someone with less than 2 years of experience. The second consideration is that if you have a year of experience at this point, you were trained by other new grads who also had their orientation cut short. So I think it's also good for you to invest in your own education and in just continuing to learn a little bit as you prepare to go out into the world and to start to travel nurse. That being said, occasionally some people it's the right fit for them, and I cannot dictate that for you. I just give the advice now in 2020, just considering the current job market, that it's going to be easier for you to find a really good travel job as someone with 2 years of experience versus about 2 years ago, someone with 1 year of experience would have pretty easy time finding a similar travel contract. Again, to each their own, that's just my first piece of advice. Second thing, what do you need to know to start travel nursing? What's the process actually look like as you're getting started? So when you want to get started, I would recommend not reaching out to 20 different agencies because they will never lose your number and you will be getting contacted by them for years to come. So here's what the process looks like. You're going to need 3 references. They are not letters. It is just a form that they fill out. Like on a scale from 1 to 5, how good of a worker is Anna? On a scale from 1 to 5, is she punctual? Is she a safe nurse? Things like that. And it takes about 2 to 3 minutes to fill out a reference form. You can usually get away with it being 3 charge nurses. Sometimes they will contact your manager, and that is something that you want to know beforehand because you do not want a travel agency to contact your manager for a reference before you've told your manager that you're leaving. That's just something for you to be aware of as you're getting started. You need your active nursing license. I would recommend having a compact nursing license. And if you don't have a compact nursing license, that's okay. You're just going to have to apply for temporary licenses in each state that you go to. I do have a ebook, The First Time Travel Nurse's Guide. I'm gonna link it up here, where I go over all of the licensing considerations, what you need to look for in your contract, all that stuff. This is just a short version of some of that stuff. You also need your certifications to be active. So all nurses need their basic life support. Some nurses need their PALS and their ACLS. Most nurses also need their NIH stroke scale. So it'd be good for you to just make sure that all of your licenses and your certificates are up to date as you're getting ready to start traveling. As far as benefits go, I would recommend as you're starting travel nursing, getting on private health insurance or through the healthcare marketplace. That's like the .gov website, so that you can hop from travel agency to travel agency without losing your health insurance when you go in between contracts. Because I think one of the best parts about travel nursing is taking long periods of time off in between contracts. And if you stay with one travel nursing agency and stay on their specific benefit plan, oftentimes you will lose that health insurance if you don't sign a contract before your next contract. So sign a contract for the future before your contract ends. So I'd say look into getting health insurance through either the marketplace or private health insurance. Next, I would say the best time of year for most nurses, if you work adults and if you work inpatient, would be the winter time. Why is this? Because the census goes up. Even during non-respiratory pandemic times, it's always flu season, right? And during flu season, you also have increased incidences of heart attacks, strokes. People are inside for a long time. The kids are inside, they're spreading germs. People are eating a lot of salty foods around the holidays, more likely to fall and to have a stroke or to fall and also have a heart attack. So typically in the adults world, the acuity in the census is higher during the winter. This is going to correlate with higher pay. So typically in the inpatient adult world, the wintertime is going to have the highest contracts. I would say that it would be ideal for you to start working in the winter or fall, so like October, November, somewhere around there, or after the winter holidays. Okay, as far as holidays go, this is something that I wish someone had told me. This is a little tip. If you sign so that you were starting your first 13-week contract by October 1st, you can be completely off for the winter holidays and you don't have to ask for any time off. You can even get all of the holidays off if they give you Thanksgiving off during that time. So the typical travel nurse contract goes for 13 weeks at a time. If you go like October 1st through the second week of December and you ask for Thanksgiving off, then you get Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's off. Also other winter holidays as well. So I would say the best time to start a contract is like late September, early October, and then to take the holidays off and then to start back in February again. So if I was telling my old self how to start travel nursing, I would say take 2 contracts a year and then go from like September through December, and then from February to like late April, and then take most of the summer off and like the beginning part of the fall off as well. Overall, my last tip is to say that generally speaking, you're gonna make less money during the summer as a travel nurse, just kind of across the board. Of course, there are some exceptions if you work in the OR, if you work procedural, if you work pediatrics, but generally speaking, for the adult inpatient world, the contracts are going to pay less during the summer. This is where I would say it would be very beneficial to have a per diem, a PRN, and to just pick up shifts when you need a little bit of extra cash in between those times. But I would plan on working more during the winter, taking off more during the summer and fall. And that is one of the best things about travel nursing. You can really make it fit your lifestyle. Again, in my ebook, I have things that I go over contracts, I go over health insurance, I go over where you should work, I go over licenses. So you can check out the ebook if you wanna take a look at that. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Comment what you would like for me to talk about next time.